Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Free Fire Creator Showdown Europe number 2. And of course, we have given you just a lot of massive games yesterday, or actually 2. But the games itself is massive, so don't count us out just yet. But anyways, before we even jump right onto the games, as you can see, I have a very handsome little guy right there. We have Zephyr joining me as the casters for today.
I don't know about that now. I think handsome is a little bit of a stretch, but yeah, I am definitely here. I can confirm I am definitely here, and I'm ready. I'm ready to go. You know, we had a really exciting day. We had 2 clean sweeps yesterday. You know, we had 2 games, both were trios, and you know they were very, very convincing as well. You know, we had a look at, I believe, Greece took down UK and Belgium in dirt, and there, as we see on the bracket, yeah, and France and Germany. Now, France and Germany was a little bit close yesterday, but France deserved to go through, as close as a trio can get, I'd say. You know, it was a very interesting game, to say the least. But having a look now today, Italy and Portugal and Spain and Poland. So 2 more bangers of games coming up. We will see which 2 teams will advance to the next round. And well, as we can see, Albania and Romania, they're not in the event just yet, but they will be ready and waiting. And to be honest, with what we seen yesterday, Abstract, Albania, they're going to have a tough game. It doesn't matter who gets through between France and Greece. Both teams are looking very, very solid. And, you know, they're going to have their work cut out for them.
Yeah, I mean, there of course is a reason that Romania and Albania is kind of like seeded right before the final games itself. So we can kind of expect that the Albanian team and the Romanian team is supposed to be like unbeatable, right? So we can pretty much kind of see them as the one that will be heading over to the finals. But as Zephyr has said, France and Greece is of course quite a monstrosity, or rather a monster to begin. Not monstrosity, because that's like the other way around. But yeah, it's kind of tough to say who is going to be the one winning on the 21st of August. We'll have to tune in for that. But for today, Italy and Portugal, I did talk about Portugal yesterday, and they are, of course, a country, a region that is extremely strong, full of potential players from I don't know. I don't even know what are the food that they eat that make them like so darn good on Free Fire.
Yeah, we'll have to get, you know, in contact with them and see, you know, what they are eating, because, you know, it's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, you know, the amount of skill that these guys have, it must be something in the water, you know. Yeah, we know, but get as much of it as possible into us. But it's going to be an interesting one, you know, starting us off today. I don't know, you said it during the break, Portugal. I think this is going to be a tough one. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if we see another trio. I'm looking at it, if we see clean sweeps throughout the whole first stage, I'll be kind of disappointed, but at the same time, I'll be kind of like, nice. You know, this is, you know, a team showing their skill. And I don't know, I'm back in Portugal to get through this first game. What about you? How are you feeling?
I believe that Portugal may be able to get 3-0 for the first game itself. Or rather, like kind of 3-0 throughout this entire best of 5 series against their adversary. But when it comes to the next stage, I'm not too sure about that, because understandably, when it comes to the first bracket itself, it's kind of like weeding out the teams that are, well, not, well, how can I say, it's not up to par, you know, against the ones that advance, right? Because yesterday we definitely saw a lot of teams that came so close with one another, but when things really hit the roof, right, when they really needed to step up because of match point, they just can't seem to pull it off at all. But you know what? Let's just move on for now and take a look at the entire the players that will be in here for now. As Italy, we do have Brandol, Hunter, Vinci, and Catania. While for the side of Portugal, we have Pastor. I'm so sorry, I butchered the name. Pastor Teon. We have Crusher, of course. We have Fire XL, as well as Danny.
I'm just delighted that it was you and not me, because I was struggling. I'm still struggling looking at it. Pastor Teon, yeah.
Pastor? I hope so. Yeah.
Pastor Teon, yeah. I hope that's correct. I really do. But yeah, that one was difficult. It was giving me a little bit of trouble even just looking at it. But two strong lineups. I think this will be a very interesting one when we get down to the business. And it's going to be interesting to see because, you know, yesterday we had Germany playing a kind of passive game. You know, we seen them.
Yeah.
It was really, really passive. Be interested to see what style of plays both teams come out. Portugal, I think they're going to play very, very aggressive. I think, you know, these guys are not going to rest on their laurels. They're going to get in the faces of Italy, try and put them under a lot of pressure, try to, you know, force Italy to use their glue walls to try and stay up, try and just waste their resources and then just strike. And as you said, you know, you'd be more of the analyst than me, but you were saying, you know, you wouldn't be surprised if Portugal actually do take this one rather convincingly. But I hope Italy can actually put up a fight here. It'd be interesting to see if we can actually get, you know, our first game to go all five, you know, to like all five down to the decider. I'd be very intrigued to see it. But we're going to jump into the action straight away, and it's round number 1 of the Free Fire Showdown 2.
And as we kick things right off, it does seem like for the side of Portugal, they are on the higher ground, which is, of course, the best place to start off. While the Italy side, they had to kind of run up the flight of stairs, while Fire is pretty much in position, ready to take off anyone who tries to come near him. But it just seems like the side of Italy, Vinci as well as Kataria, is already down. And just left Hunter as well as Brandol, but I speak a little bit too soon as Brandol is now left all alone, kind of hidden inside of his own glue wall as he tries to get himself away from all of that. But Crusher took the nosedive right in front of Brandon, or rather Brandol, you know, kind of going for that contact play. It didn't quite work out for him as he went down, but it's okay because he himself already took 2 kills all by himself, so he should be pretty happy about that. You know, Portugal, they still have like 3 players left, so it really doesn't matter if Crusher were to go down at that very moment itself.
And it looks like I was correct straight away. That was probably one of the fastest rounds that we've seen. Even yesterday, I don't think we've seen a round as quick as that in Portugal, just sprinting at Italy, getting 2 knocks straight away, and then just picking up the pieces and picking off the rest of the Italian players. A lot of glue walls being popped here as Fire is going to make their way over now and just try and maybe find an opening pick. Now, Italy on the back foot already, but they're definitely not down and out. They could possibly get a knock here and maybe put the Portugal team under pressure, but it's Crusher to get the first knock. Vinci now has to glue wall and has to try and back away, but he is being surrounded from a lot of different angles, and there is going to be the finish coming on through. Italy down to 3. Vinci trapped once again. He's being surrounded from all angles, and he actually gets a knock here, but it will be Brandel to go down now as well. Vinci and Hunter is still up in this moment in time. Danny is going to be rezzed here now, so all the Portugal players are back on their feet. Italy down to 2, and Vinci is down on his knees. He is out of it, all left on Hunter in a 1v4.
A very aggressive play from the side of Portugal. It doesn't seem like they're going to be pulling any punches at all, as now Hunter, the last member remaining, did manage to get a really nice knockdown on top of Fire, but unfortunately Crusher will come in right onto his aid to help him out. But surprisingly, Hunter is actually holding himself pretty darn well, despite it is like literally 4v1. He managed to play Ring Around Rosie with the Portugal players for a pretty long time. And, well, he did, we can pretty much say that he's pretty much on point, right? He is pretty agile. He managed to get himself away from many occasions. The barrels of players from Portugal just didn't quite seem to connect onto Hunter. And he himself, Hunter, did manage to bring 2 person down, but is in a staggered fashion. Not enough to bring down the entire army, though.
No, not at all. And Italy, you know, just giving up an opening pick early once again, and that really has been their downfall. But to be fair, Portugal, you know, they're working together as a team. We've seen, you know, I believe it was maybe, was it Vinci? Or I believe Hunter, maybe. He was being surrounded now by 2 Portugal players. Like, they're working in pairs here, which is always difficult because you're trying to block one player off, but you're also trying to keep an eye on the other. And already Brandel, he is going to go down. Now trying to go for the res, maybe his Crusher drops the beat, pushes forward, but he is going to be knocked. Hunter gets the trade. Passadorian now just going to put him under pressure. Oh, it's another huge knock there from Hunter, but it will be traded back. A load of players just crawling around on the ground. Vinci trying to get a few finishes if he can. as he is the last player up for Italy, and he's trying to find them, but peeking out a lovely shot from Fire XL gives Portugal their 3rd round in a row, and they are now on match point in the first game. Quite possibly we could be seeing a clean sweep here.
Fire and Crusher is crushing the competition here against Italy. Unfortunately, Italy, they just can't seem to, get any kills for themselves. They did manage to get a couple of knockdowns, but not enough to go for the execute, or not long enough to kind of let them bleed to death, unfortunately. As for the side of Pasateon as well as Danny, they didn't quite get a lot of shots or kills for themselves. It's 2-1 respectively, but they definitely still managed to pull their own weight, and they did manage to do quite a lot of work all by themselves as well. Speaking of which, Prussia, the first one to go down, a massive amount of glue wall just gonna be dropped right in, and Italy breaking down the curse. Hunter gets 1 kill all for himself while they're trying to get themselves a little bit backed off from the side of Portugal. I'm surprised that they decide to play a little bit more defensively, try to move themselves away from Portugal instead of playing close contact. In this high octane pace of the game. It's going to be left with Pastateon as well as Fire XL in this 3v2, or make that 3v1 right now, as Fire all alone makes himself behind the bus, throws 3 glue walls right in front of him and Hunter, just to make sure that he'll be able to just kind of disengage against the opponent. But all in all, it was just way too much firepower right on top of his head that he really can't do anything all by himself.
Might be a little bit of just overconfidence there from Portugal, going in and giving up an early pick once again, or maybe it's Italy beginning to wake up. It was really do or die in this first game. They needed to win that round, but they need to complete the comeback if it is going to be them picking up this first game. But I mean, it's very, very difficult. 3 more rounds. They've only got 1 in a row, and they cannot make any mistakes. And now a lot of natural cover now on this map. Fire XL is actually being flanked. He needs to be careful here. It's actually Brandel going around on the left side. He's kind of isolated from a few of the players, but the glue walls will allow him to come back. Fire XL getting a knock, and Vinci will trade it right back. Will there be a res got here now for the Portuguese side, as Fire XL is going to be finished, and it will be traded right back. 3 players on their feet for both teams now, as the Italians try and fend off the Portuguese attack, and Danny going to be knocked there, and Hunter will get the finish. So advantage to Italy for the moment. It's Crusher and Pastor Teon that are going to have to do it by themselves. The zone is going to begin to push them in towards the Italians, so the Italy side in a better position here for the moment. Crusher, oh, that's a huge shot to Brandel. A huge knock, might go for the finish, but can't just yet. Needs to apply the pressure and make sure that the res won't come in, with the glue walls coming in. Hunter now trying to just provide some cover. Another huge knock there from Crusher, but he's low HP, has to heal up. Pastor Teon is going to have to try and apply the pressure now.
It's really unfortunate because Crusher did manage to pop off the heads of the members from the side of Italy quite a lot of time in order to buy themselves some time, in order to kind of take themselves into a 1v1 duel constantly. But Pastateon, it does seem like he's a little bit isolated, and he's also a little bit disoriented, not too sure exactly who to go for and where to go. Crusher, all alone, realizes there's 1 on the right and 2 on the left side. He needs to decide who he wants to go for, but unfortunately, it does seem like we've got Hunter just right on his rear flank that took him down almost instantaneously as they broke down in communication. Italy just bringing back 2 games all by themselves like that, and kind of stopping Portugal from getting that easy 4-0 win. So Italy, well, they're not little weaklings after all, because you can't underestimate them. They just had a weaker start, but when it comes to the middle stages of the game, they definitely know how to pull themselves up.
Yeah, they're going to need to keep on this form, but there were some insane shots there from Crusher. 2 huge knocks. He's a little bit unlucky, a little bit hard done by. Peeks out now. Actually, somebody jumped right on him. I believe it was Brandel. Lots of glue walls being popped there, but Crusher is going to be knocked. The auto shotgun will find that kill. Vinci getting a knock now, and Portugal, they're beginning to crumble a little bit here. Fire XL, the last player up, the last player alive, gets one knock and gets a finish, but it's a 1v3 for him, doing a lot of damage to Hunter, popping a lot of glue walls. He is being applied, a lot of pressure on top of him, has to just pop glue walls all around and hope for the best. He's just trying to spiral backwards, but Vinci runs him down. Italy tie it up 3-3, and once again, it seems to be a curse. We go the distance nearly in every single game that we've had so far. I believe only one game was 4-2. Every single one of the rest of them were 4-3 yesterday. I mean, another decider coming up here. Can Italy complete the reverse sweep?
My oh my, it's kind of unfortunate for the side of Portugal, right? Just kind of choking right when it matters the most. A lot of teams always find themselves in such a precarious situation because they've hit a match point and they're like, oh, you know what? We can just kind of chill a little bit, and you know, before they knew it, they just got absolutely floored right when they faces the enemy. You know, they had a lot of confidence when they just started, but once it really matters, it just doesn't seem to work out too well for them. But for now, let's take a look at how Portugal is playing. Danny is a little bit off the mark when it comes to working with the rest of his team, as three of them just going to be huddling together inside of a single house, while Danny just working onto the flank. So it's really up to Danny if he wants to get a real flank damage off of anyone else from the side of Italy. But Katakia, HP, all the way down to half HP. Brendel taking a 1v1 duel against Danny, but it doesn't seem like Danny was expecting that blue wall being popped right up, and he was caught off guard. And Brendel hit behind cover, get the nice shot in, and of course an execute. Fire XL, the last member remaining, and Vinci took him down all by himself. And Portugal, even though they had such a great start, they choked immediately once they reached the third point and gave all of it away over to Italy.
What a comeback. The reverse sweep in the first game of the day, 1-0 to Italy. Oh my, Portugal are going to be kicking themselves at that one, but Italy waking up when they really needed to, because, you know, the first 3 rounds, you were looking at that and you were kind of going, Portugal, they look very dominant. And then all of a sudden, Italy just bring it back, and even that last round there, they win it without getting a single knock player. They just take down everybody. It was very clean, it was very crisp, and deserved winners. Portugal now, they have a chance. Of course, you know, that's only the first game. It is a best of 5. You've plenty of more time to go. But, I mean, momentum is going to be with the Italians. They're going to be filled with confidence after that.
Yeah. Unfortunately for Portugal side, they were pretty confident as they started off. Once again, I said again, 3 wins in a row, and then they lost 4 games in a row. The momentum definitely went over to the side of Italy before the Portuguese team even realized that they should definitely not underestimate Italy at this point in time, right? Because, I mean, to be fair, if I was the side of Portugal and we took 3 games by itself, I would probably just be telling myself, you know what? Let's just give them a couple of rounds just to make it fun and games for now. But when things hit the roof, they just didn't expect that.
No, it really hit the fan there, and well, Italy, I mean, they're not going to be complaining, are they? They complete the reverse sweep. Now they go 1-0 up. And now Portugal, you know, they might be just panicking a little bit. They'll have to settle the nerves. You know, it is only 1 game, though. You know, fair enough. Maybe if it was 2, we could start talking about, oh, they might be getting a little bit nervy. This would be interesting, though, because if Italy can actually win this one, go 2-0 up, then Portugal have to complete a reverse sweep if they want to win and if they want to stay in the event. But, I mean, there was some standout plays there. Crusher was one off Portugal that really kind of caught my eye. Some nice snipes in there, some nice headshots that he managed to hit and connect. And, you know, he needs to find them, but not when they're in, you know, these 1v3 scenarios, you know, these 2v4 scenarios. That's not really good enough. You need to try and find the opening pick early, which is something that Portugal, they've kind of struggled to do. They did very well in the first 3 rounds, but something went missing towards the end.
Yeah, I have no idea why, right? The 1v1 duels just not working out. Like, when we looked at Dani, he was just completely outplayed by Brandel, right? So we can kind of assume that that may actually be the case for every single one of the members from the side of Portugal. They just happen to lose all of those isolated duels somehow or somewhere, you know? But I gotta say, right? unfortunately for Pastor Deon, Daon or Teon, Pastor Teon, as well as Donnie, they didn't quite exactly work very well when it comes to the end stages of the game. And even when Portugal got their first 3 wins, it is mostly by Fire as well as Crusher. And if I remember correctly, I think Fire had like 5 kills and Crusher had like 5 kills, and I think Fire had about 3 or 4, while Donnie had 2 and Pasateon with 1. So a little bit tough on their end, but it's not too big of a deal for now. We need more information as to how the players are actually playing right after we get more of them, because as it is for now, the first game, it kind of seems like it's pretty high octane.
Yeah, I mean it is, and you were talking about there, Crusher. He had 5 kills. He also had 2 knocks that got rezzed. In I believe it was the 4th game, maybe it was or 4th round rather, not the game. We're not that far through the series just yet, but just yet. It is coming up though, and coming up is gonna be game number 2, and well, this will be interesting to see. Now, are we going to see Portugal start very, very quickly indeed and maybe just, struggle to close it out? Or are Italy just going to continue on their forward momentum? We'll have to wait and see. And Italy, they're playing pretty close quarters. We're seeing them actually play together. Danny once again going for a really long flank, but there's nobody there. Brandon taking a lot of damage there. He's going to be able to heal up for now. Hunter down very, very low. So a good start for Portugal now for the moment. No knocks coming in just yet. In fact, actually, Catania has gone down. Vinci is very, very low as well. Lots of pressure. Pastadorian or Pastateon now has fallen. Danny low HP. There actually is going to be a full kill now, as all of a sudden Italy are down to 2. Vinci has been knocked. It's all on Hunter, and it is the same old story. Portugal start hot and fast, and they stop Italy's momentum for the moment. Let's see if the Italians can pick it up here in the next.
Well, it could be a pen now. There could possibly be a pen whereby Portugal would always take the first few rounds and then they just whiffs it all away. And then we'll probably call them whiff 2 goal. Okay, that's very bad.
Oh, you could have went for so many different things, like poor 2 gal, like P-O-O-R, like poor.
Oh, well, I am a man of bad puns. And I have warned you in yesterday's game.
You did.
I will try my very best from now because that was so bad.
Oh god, that was good. Now, sometimes bad puns are actually better, so you get to laugh about them. But Danny is not going to be laughing at all. Knocked and finished. First blood to Italy. Fire looking to trade it back as Tanya out alone and will get knocked and finished. Pastor Teon has been knocked, but there might be a res coming in. In fact, Vinci on the high ground. This is going to be difficult to deal with now. The verticality, that is very, very important in this game, but a huge knock onto Vinci, and there is going to be a kill now as well. Another knock coming in through. Fire going to be taken out of the game. A 2v2 coming in. Hunter now just going to try and hold, and actually he's going to back away to his teammate. Brandon is a little bit further away. Pastor Teon and Crusher, though, probably the 2 players that you'd want to lie. Definitely Crusher anyway, trying to get an angle here on Brandon, who has actually dropped down, and maybe Crusher might be able to find a free kill. He's looking for Hunter, has found him. Pastor Teon now trying to offer some support. Hunter tagged down very low, and they're actually just going to try and 2v1. Brandel is down on the low ground, so Hunter is up here all alone, needs to do it all himself. Blue Waltz just saving him in the nick of time, and Brandel now coming up the ramp to offer some support. Gets a knock. It's Crusher into the 1v2. Hunter will get the final kill. Italy tie it up 1-1, and that's a little bit better from the Italians.
Well, I guess it's not a pattern after all. Italy managed to get themselves the second round there, and it was a pretty fair 2v2, right? Wouldn't be expecting, or rather, it was not like, Portugal took like early few kills, Italy took early few kills, and then they just had such a massive man advantage or anything. It was just purely out-aiming the members from the side of Portugal. But for now, we are going to be looking at Santa Catarina here inside of Kalahari. We have saw before yesterday's game whereby the players from Germany, they decided to just head on inside of the ship itself and decided to just kind of play their way through. And I'm not too sure whether this is going to be the same name of the game for the members of Portugal, but they are definitely inside of the ship, right? Most of them is inside, and they actually just kind of shut everyone out except for Dani. He stood himself right at the hull of the ship, and he just decided to just rain down some lead from above as Crusher heads himself right at the open areas of the Santa Catarina. Brandel, Vinci, as well as Hunter. They are not too interested in going inside of the ship. They decided to just play at the extremities of the ship, and it definitely paid the good price, right? They managed to bring Crusher down, goes down for the execute. Pasation did not manage to connect despite being onto their flank, and did not manage to work it out very well. His HP is going all the way down low. He did manage to get the drop the beat, but the healing is just not enough for him to get himself into a safer place, or rather the movement speed is not enough to get himself to the safer place. Dani and Fire XL, the last member remaining, spoke too soon. Fire XL, the last member remaining against 3 of the other members, connects his shots, round to Vinci, only to get himself like about 20 HP down, make that about 70 HP down. But all by himself, with a critical amount of health, I wouldn't be expecting that Fire XL will be able to do much unless he did manage to pick Dani up, which is kind of not anywhere close, unfortunately. So, there you go. 1v1 isolated fight between Hunter as well as Fire XL is going to, well, end that very round itself towards the side of Italy.
And that's really kind of the price that you pay, because Dani keeps going on these mad flanks. You know, he keeps going so far away and straying from the pack. Italy, they just play kind of together. They just kind of all clump together, play off each other, play teamwork, which is how they are winning so many rounds. And well, even though it wasn't Dani to go down initially, it was actually Crusher. They found the shots onto Crusher, and there was actually some clutch glue walls in there, but Dani's so far away that he can't actually offer any support to anybody. You know, he is just off on his lonesome, and it's pretty much, you know, a 2v3 there in favor of Italy. Here we see Brandon pushing in forward. This time Dani is with the group, and it's Vinci that's on a flank who is going to have to try and connect a few shots because there's a lot of pressure on the Italians for the moment. Pass door, Taeon has been knocked, and it is Vinci with that one. Hunter knocking Dani now as Portugal are down to 2 with Crusher and Fire XL, and Brandel making his way forward very, very low. Needs to heal up, needs to pop some glue walls as Hunter is going to be knocked. Fire XL with a huge knock there, looking for the kill, but Crusher has fallen in the meantime. Fire XL now left into a 1 versus 3, pops to drop the beat. But I mean, what can you do in this scenario? We've seen it time and time again. You've 3 players focusing on one. It's so difficult, but Isolate to fight and gets the knock. Now looking for maybe something more. This would be absolutely huge if he could get it. Gets the second. Vinci now last alive. Can he get it? Can he clutch it out? The 1v3. Are we going to see it? The glue wall's being popped. There's no cover now. Let's fire. He needs to heal. Vinci, he's just going to try and run and try and get as far away from the zone as possible. That's not Fire's glue wall. He's going to take storm damage now. Oh, this is so awkward. And the res has come in there from Vinci as well, just in case Fire didn't go down to the zone. And that was very, very close indeed. But Italy come out on top and get themselves onto match point.
Oh man, I feel for Fire. As things comes down to the wire, he really panicked right there. He didn't really quite think that he would be able to remove that glue wall, thinking that it is his. But, well, the design doesn't really quite work out the same, and he must be thinking, hey, wait, why isn't this glue wall coming out? And at one point in time, he's just like, oh, okay, you know what? I submit defeat. I'm just going to, oh wait, never mind, I have time. And then just, okay, never mind, I'm still dead. So I really empathize for that guy. He did so well all by himself. He took a double kill, and even with one person that is down but not out yet, and is just going to be left with one member from the Italy side. But yikes, that one member really held his own very well. I can't exactly remember whom, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's Hunter actually, because take a look at his kill count. 8 kills all by himself. You can pretty much confidently say that he's the one that executed every single one of the opponents all by himself. And honestly, if you ask me, that's kind of disgusting.
Oh, but that is disgusting. Crusher finding the headshot there onto Hunter now. And that is going to be one player knocked. But Brandon looks like he has the res. The Portuguese are trying to make their way through the glue walls, but they can't just yet. Oh my, 3 kills going the way of Portugal now. Vinci, last alive, gets a knock here. But he is all alone and he is being surrounded. The Storm is going to push him in, and that's going to be a Portuguese round. 3-2 is the score. Are Portugal gonna get onto match point themselves and stop Italy from taking their second game? But that is a much better round there from the Portuguese. They just work together as a team. They hit their shots to get that initial knock, but it seemed like in a matter of seconds, it was even in a matter of milliseconds, Portugal had 3 kills. They had 3 knocks, and Vinci was last alive.
Let's see if Italy will be able to hold their own and get themselves the 4th point against Portugal right as they hit the match point. As we take a look at the map, it does seem like 2 of the members from the side of Italy decided to head their way onto one of the members only made his way onto the spine of this giant mammoth. Katakia is at the ground level, while Brandel and Vinci have decided to make their way over to the top of that, well, little mountain. I'm not sure what you call that, a dome or something like that. But for now, we're going to be looking at Catania. HP all the way dropped down and dead as he's just pincered by 3 of the members from Portugal. Things are definitely looking pretty darn grim for the side of Italy. It is going to be 2 versus 4. Can they be able to hold their own like that? Fire, HP all the way down to half HP. He needs to win this fight against Brandel, but I'm not too sure whether he's able to do that. Oh, his name has been changed back to Brandon. Okay, that sounds more about right. But the massive amount of blue walls coming from the side of Fire will be able to hold their own pretty well, but I have no idea how. But Hunter, he himself was managed to bring 2 person down, and that is going to be crushed. I saw Pasateon. Don is going to be the last person left, as it does seem like it is going to be a 2-side pincer attack from Hunter as well as Brandon. The OD power. And Donnie, unfortunately, himself all alone like that, I have not a lot of hopes for him, because Hunter and Brandon, they are just way too strong, and just a single shot from the Deagle allows Italy to take themselves the 2nd win in a row in this best of 5 series. Italy just needs 1 more in order to get themselves the series booyah.
And Hunter finished with 10 kills there. Oh
10
my,
kills.
He popped off. Towards the end as well, he was solo versus 2 players. That was a 2v4 that they managed to clutch out. And, you know, Hunter had 2 people on him at once and managed to get both kills. That takes some skill. Like, that is absolutely ridiculous. How you can isolate the 1v1 and win both of them, and then, you know, your teammate luckily gets his kill as well. Then, you know, you have a 2v1, and, well, we all know what happened. Brandon managed to find the Deagle headshot to finish that one and finish the game. And I mean, Italy looking like they are going to take this series. We thought that it was going to be Portugal. You know, we were looking at it, we were like, okay, maybe it's going to be a Portugal 3-0. No, we know nothing apparently. Italy were like, Italy must have been listening. They're like, yeah, let's show these casters up. Let's show that they don't know, they haven't a clue what they're talking about. But one more game, well, possibly one more game coming up. I don't know, but Italy, they only need 1 more, and here we are. Can they do it? That's what I want to know, Abstract. What do you think? Do you think they're going to close it out here?
I think so. You know, I didn't really quite give Italy a lot of, well, screen time, as I would say, as I've been talking quite a lot about the Portugal side, right? And I say that, it's pretty worth it, right? Because Italy, I love it when I'm proven wrong, right? I really love it, because this pretty much means that, the very fact that, number 1, I'm wrong, and number 2, the other team is just doing so much better that exceeds my expectations. And exceeding my expectations is just, well, I'm pretty sure that anyone who exceeds my expectations, they themselves will feel very good about it. And thus, Italy getting themselves the first 2 games down, well, they better be as high as the moon right now, and better not disappoint me right now, because I'm expecting them to get a 3-0 victory against Portugal.
Or you could be giving them the caster's curse. That's, you know, that is also a possibility as well, you know. We say Portugal are going to win, and all of a sudden Italy, they come and win 2 or 3-0. But now you said Italy are going to close it out. Oh, don't be surprised if we see a comeback. Don't be surprised just yet. I'm not writing Portugal off. We'll have to wait and see. A little bit of damage being chipped away from both sides here. Guaz being popped and a drop the beat, but it is Catania, the first player to fall. Brandon is in an awful position. Crusher with the headshot. He is lethal with that deagle. Vinci down on the ground as well. And Hunter, last alive in a 1v3, gets a knock on Danny at least as Hunter tries to peek around. He's in the zone. Going to start taking damage. Finds that knock onto Fire XL, but the trade comes in. Pastor Teon with that one now as Portugal will take the first round once again. That's the third time in a row that they've taken the first round. So, you know, we've seen them take 3 in a row in the first game. In the second game, they took the first one and lost the second. Which is it going to be? Is it going to be Italy winning it, or are Portugal going to be able to convert this second round?
Yeah, there's no pattern anymore. It really comes down to the fact that, like, who's the one who's better at placing all these glue walls? Who's the one that can connect those shots better, right? And it does seem like, yes, most of the time we are seeing like Hunter, Brandon, Crusher, and Fire that is just the one that is on fire, right? Unfortunately, Vinci, Catania, Pastor Teon, as well as Donnie is not really, it's not really exceeding expectations, but they're just there and able to bring down the opponent's health down enough just so that their fellow teammates will be able to get a kill. Or maybe, you know, sometimes they got the knockdown, but, you know, the opponents just get picked up. You know, stuff like that happens all the time, so I would not put them down just yet. But for now, Pastor really good at glue walls, allows him to get himself away. Dani takes the 1v1 fight against Catania and immediately proved me wrong, as now Dani has got 2 kills to his name and looking for more. Brandon, last man remaining, surrounded himself with the glue walls. It doesn't seem like things are working too well for him. He opens himself a small little passageway to run past members from the side of Portugal, but it is just too much firepower raining down onto him, and he can't get away from all of the bullets whizzing past him.
Portugal 2-0 up, and well, it's not over just yet. Portugal realizing that they need a big performance here. There's a very happy dog as we see. Oh wow, that is literally Doge. That is amazing.
I love it. I absolutely love the small little snippets of the little animals.
It's my favorite part about it so far. It is definitely it's very hard to beat now. I have very high standards. You know, we had the penguins yesterday. Now with the very happy Doge. Amazing. Let's see. Are Italy gonna be as happy as me if they can convert this round, or are Portugal gonna get 3 in a row? Hunter healing up, but Hunter actually getting a knock there onto Crusher. No finish just yet, but one player is down. Danny taking a little bit of damage. Crusher has been resurrected. It's Catania taking a little bit of damage now and actually is gonna be knocked, and not the first time Catania has been knocked, and well, Catania is gonna be finished as well. Vinci falling to the floor, falling to their knees. It's Hunter and Brandon that are gonna have to clutch it up. Crusher now on the floor. The res can be gotten by Fire XL. Pastor Teon is alone, and actually Hunter and Brandon might just go for a little bit of a 2v1 here, a little bit of a pincer moment, but Fire XL now just offering some support as we see all 4 players now up and moving for Portugal. Hunter on the ground and down, and that is a clean one there from the Portuguese side. Oh my, 3-0. We've seen this one before though, Abstract. We have seen what has happened.
We have seen it before.
Can they close it out?
Can they? Will they? Would they? I don't know though. Hunter, he haven't really quite, you know, popped off in this game itself. I would say that this is probably the very round that will be like, you know what, guys, I'm awakened. I'm no longer that fallen guy of the round of the game. I'm here to pop your head. And you know what? Danny has also woken up. He's got 4 kills for himself, and that is majorly impressive considering the games that he have played in the past 2 games. So I really like what's going on here, right? He's kind of like the flanker of the team from the team of Portugal, and the way that he's been playing is usually just taking the isolated one versus one duels, and if he manages to land most of the shots, then that is an automatic win for the side of Portugal. But you know, sometimes when things come down to the wire, he just kind of misses the shot and couldn't connect, and every now and then it's gonna be really tough. But you know what? Speaking of tough, Italy's side is looking to be pretty darn tough as Brandon's HP is all the way down to a sliver of health. He really need to get himself out of the barrel of Pasateon, but Pasateon did manage to bring him down. Hunter, the only one remaining against 4 of the members from the side of Portugal. I'm not hoping a lot because right now he's currently stuck everywhere and there's just nowhere for him to go. Italy did not manage to stop the rampage of Portugal as Portugal got themselves their first booyah of this series.
Well, that is the first time that we've actually seen, you know,
yeah, we did.
Both teams. That is actually the first time that we've seen both teams, you know, take a game. Each. You know, that's crazy to me. That is absolutely, you know, I've thought we were going to see another trio. I thought we were actually going to see it. Italy played so well, but that's kind of gone a little bit more to the script of what we've seen. You know, we had a look and we seen Portugal. We thought that they were going to win, but no, they choke. They choke at the final hurdle. Now, is this going to go more to plan? Is this going to be the script now coming into effect? Is the curse broken? That's what I don't know. Has the caster curse been broken that we have put on Portugal? I don't know. Are you a believer in the caster curse?
I don't know, but I did talk about the fact that Italy may get the 3-0.
I mean, I haven't said anything. You know, I think it's you. I think it's you putting the curse. I don't know. You're gonna have to do some apologizing to both teams.
Watch out for my Twitter at such abstract. I have no idea. Okay, I will post a public apology for the caster's jinx if more people text me on Twitter and just be like, it's because of you! Italy does not get a 3-0! Very likely that doesn't even happen anyway, so thank God I don't have to do something like that. But, you know what? As we move on to the next part of the game, next round itself, we are looking at Italy versus Portugal 2-1. Will Portugal be able to get themselves a 2-2? Or will Italy get themselves a 3-1? I'm not gonna say anything objectively because the caster jinx will then come into play.
Yeah, we won't make any predictions. How about that from now on? But I don't know. Actually, I may have told a little lighter because I cannot stop making predictions. It's just something that I have to try and do, but right now I can't predict this. I can't predict which way this game is going to go. I can't predict which way this round is going to go here. Catania is going to fall to the floor though. Pastor Teon is going to get knocked now by Hunter. So it's a 1-for-1 trade, and actually there's 2 Portuguese players on the ground. Crusher and Fire XL are the only players up. Blue all going to have to be popped here by Crusher as Brandon will get that finish there onto Danny. Crusher now, has to try and move, going to be in the zone here, trying to find the shots there, will knock Hunter. Vinci and Brandon are up for the moment. Fire XL taking a lot of damage now as well. Vinci down low, and Vinci with the double as Italy will take that first round. And I believe that's the first time in this game that Italy have actually taken the opening round.
So, breaking a little bit of a curse for the side of Italy, no longer losing all of their first rounds of the series, and I absolutely love that. But you know what else do I love? The Duckies and the Pandas just hopping for joy as they kind of do what they can as they won the first round. I mean, understandably, I wouldn't be hopping for joy if that is going to be my case as well. Look at all those pets, the little critters.
They are very, very nice.
Slowly looking at them and just enjoying looking at them in awe. But, well, we're just gonna move on from those little critters because the most important thing is watching all these players slaughter one another. And that is gonna be my cup of tea. Pastor Teon is going to be the one to get first contact against the members from the side of Italy, as most of the members from the side of Italy is all mostly spread apart, while the members from Portugal, they're pretty close to one another. Pesateon founds one onto the side of Hunter as Hunter drops down the glue wall to ensure that he does not get tagged down by any of the members, because he really do not want to waste any medkits, because each of them have only got 2 medkits. You can only heal yourself up for a single full-time health bar and nothing else.
Vinci trying to connect a few shots here onto Crusher, but overpeaked, overcommitted there. Fire XL is going to get the knock for the Portuguese side as Vinci tagged it down very low. Has to heal up, of course. Brandon taking a little bit of damage now, getting that res off. Hunter going to be knocked to the floor. Catania will fall down as well. Hunter is going to be full killed, and Catania as well. Brandon and Vinci now in a 2v4. Vinci knocked. Brandon all alone. No chance of a res. No chance of an Italian round, as the Portuguese will take it very convincingly. They will tie it up 1-1 coming up round number 3 in the round. Council Hall. We'll have to see if Italy can come back and pick up the second, or are we going to see Portugal try and continue their form? I don't know. I'd love to see a decider. I'd love to see Portugal take this game.
We shall see. We shall see. 1-1 inside of Council Hall. They are all very likely gonna head themselves right into that, well, dome-looking thing. I usually call that kind of like a dome, you know? It kind of seems like a colosseum in some sense. But most of the members from the side of Italy, they are all huddled together, converging with one another. They're just gonna be walking around the edge of the dome and not looking to go inside of the colosseum for now. So they're mostly at the exterior parts. Portugal definitely have the advantage in being inside of the dome itself. So if the circle were to shrink, it is going to work towards the side of Portugal, right? But it does seem like Danny, he tried to be overly aggressive, didn't really quite realize that he may actually be choked off and he may actually be pincered, but it doesn't really quite matter because it does seem like Pasateon is going to be having his back for now. They immediately went in for a pincer, brings 2% down, left with Vinci all alone against 3 members from the side of Portugal. It's going to be definitely tough, and Pasateon picks up Danny, makes the odds of winning a lot higher now. Executes 2, Vinci and Hunter all around and all left as Fire has been knocked. 3v2, 3v1, Hunter's left remaining, all the way, all by himself. He finds himself in the Crusher, but receives quite a lot of damage from him himself. Pasateon moves on in front of Hunter. Hunter brings him down, brings Pasateon down as well. 2% down is gonna be Crusher and Hunter. Left remaining, brings down a lot of glue walls, just ensuring that he will be able to separate himself with Crusher. Would it actually be possible for Hunter to win in that 1 versus 3 fight? Who's gonna be the one to come up on top? We shall see exactly who's gonna be the one that comes into close contact. It is going to be hanging on the balance as Crusher, with just a sliver of health, he choked himself out with all of the glue walls, enters into the zone, or rather enters into the storm just for a brief moment to commit suicide, thinking that he had that split second to escape that tick.
What a clutch. Hunter was alone there. That was a 1v4 that Hunter managed to win. He didn't get the final kill in the end, but he managed to win it for his side. Italy take a second, and now they're only 2 away. They only need 2 more to close out this series. A 3-1 would still be pretty good as long as they can get into that next round. Portugal don't want to say goodbye, and Crusher already on the offense goes straight through the ship and goes for shots in the back, connects with a few, but nobody going down just yet. And Italy, they're staying outside the ship, they're not going in it. Portugal, once again, the team that want to take control of the middle of that shipwreck. But for now, it's a little bit of a stalemate. Nobody really pushing in. Everybody's kind of just playing a little bit passive, which is something that we really haven't seen from this game at all. It has really been all go. We haven't really had a chance to breathe or, you know, think about what is going on, because it has been all action. But now maybe realizing the gravity of the situation that both sides are in.
Well, I really want to find out, inside of this shipwreck, which team is going to be the shipwreck. Because at this moment in time, all of these team members. They are not going to be engaging just yet. The only thing that we are looking at is going to be the members of Italy just randomly, discriminately firing down on the glue walls. But for some reason, Donnie decided to just make a hop, skip, and jump outside to peek against two members. Now that's on him. That's a shipwreck if you ask me. Fire XL lands a shot down to Catania, really just popping him off in a really clean fashion. But unfortunately, Vinci, immediately after helping Catania, they just pop right out, glance right out, and get shot down on the Fire XL. As he is just going to be executed down, Teon goes down, Crusher is going to be the last member remaining. And it does seem like he is just going to be right on top of them. And he would want to play the healing game as he's all alone. As the last member in here, I would say they probably will have a small little advantage because everyone else is just way too close together. You know, when they're too close together, right? No one is exactly in right smack in the center of the circle if you have more than one.
Yeah.
But if you are the solo player, you're right smack in the center of the circle, you'll always survive by a single tick.
That's what you need to kind of, you kind of need to prepare for that though. So you need to kind of nominate somebody that is, you know, full HP and just kind of play it smart and go, okay, well, you know, you guys stand in the middle of the circle. We're going to try and run around and maybe try and get to that person and try and put them under pressure. So that's maybe where Italy went wrong a little bit there. You know, they could have maybe tried, I seen one player, from Italy try
just immediately dashing out.
Yeah, he tried to go for a few shots, wasn't able to connect. But if they send maybe a second player as well to go and maybe try and put pressure, might get the other player to panic a little bit, maybe stop healing, and then they win the round from there. But 2-2, we're all level in this game so far. And well, Danny is in a good position on the high ground there, and he'll be looking down onto Brandon and Hunter for the moment. Have they spotted him out? I'm not too sure just yet, as once again Italy playing close and playing off each other for the moment. Portugal more spread out though.
I believe that the fact that they are so spread out may actually be, well, a bane than a boon, right? Since we're looking at Donnie being the first one being dropped and no one is close to him. Pick him up, and just like that, right off the bat, they are already going to be experiencing a 3 versus 4 fight. And this man disadvantage is definitely not good for their numbers at all. As Teon receives a little bit of a damage from the side of Vinci, as he does have the verticality to see everywhere, everyone and everywhere. And the rest of the members from Italy makes themselves right into the containers. Donnie kill confirmed. Hunter and Brandon, they found themselves a fire. But unfortunately, it does seem like Glue Wall is just going to be separating themselves, and more of the Glue Wall will allow him to kind of shut Hunter away. But Hunter is defying the odds. He decides to get himself outside of the zone in order to get a nice flank against the members from the side of Portugal. It does seem like things are working well. He is now all alone, but it doesn't seem like he managed to get himself right smack in the center of the map because of all of the glue walls that has been deployed by the members of Portugal, and thus match point imminent. Portugal may definitely be able to get a 2-2 into this best of 5 series.
That one was a smart play in the short term, a bad play in the long term. As we see there now, Portugal, they're 3-2 up, they're on match point. 1 away now. Can they possibly take this one and send us to our first decider? We haven't seen one yet, and I would love to see one now. Fire XL going to try and do so. A little bit of damage done to Hunter now, but we are going to see Italy just move as a unit around the right side of the map here for the moment. Fire XL up on the high ground. He's such a threat in this position, and it also allows other players to get around. So he is just putting down covering fire pretty much. He is making Italy kind of focus on him, but Catania is going to fall, and it is that man up on the high ground to get the knock. Gets a second onto Vinci. It's Hunter and Brandon that are left up here for the moment. Brandon on a sliver of health. Hunter now is going to have to do a lot of it alone. Has 2 knocks, looking for a third if they can find it. Crusher has gone down. Oh, big heal there as well, but Danny has been resurrected in the meantime. Now for the moment, it's a 2v2. It's an even fight. Portugal have the high ground.
but it doesn't really quite matter for the members for the Portugal, or rather for the side of Italy, because the Italians, they have the center of the map, and now Fire have decided to make a dash away from the members of Italy just so that he will be able to just get himself the isolated duel. But Brandon didn't really quite know where he's going at all. He's allowing Fire to get the isolated duel against Hunter, and there we go, the first knockdown in favor of Fire XL. Brandon at the top, he really wants to go down and just help his fellow friends up and pick him up as he slowly makes his way. As he crawls and he crawls and he crawls and he crawls, but it doesn't seem like the zone is going to be letting him off easily at all right now. Fire XL putting up quite a dominance. Just waiting. Who's going to be the one to take the center circle? Fire XL, you gotta have to stay in the center. You take the shot right on the head of Brandon. And Portugal takes the game with a magnificent booyah, allowing them to go into series match point against Italy. 2-2. The outcome that we did not expect. The outcome, whew, Caster's jinx of 3-0 became a other side of 3-0. It's kind of like saying, yeah, Italy 3-0, boom, Portugal 2-1, boom, Portugal 2-2.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at it, and I'm blaming you, to be honest. Italy are gonna be absolutely livid with you, Abstract. They had it. They had it so close, but I'm actually just delighted that we get to see, it actually go down to the wire. Makes it more entertaining. We do like to see the stomps from time to time, but now we are seeing a game that is going neck and neck. It is going the distance, and now the pressure, the stakes, they just got a little bit higher. It has been just turned up a little notch now, and I'm going to ask you now, no caster's curse or anything like that, who do you have, Italy or Portugal?
I have no idea, man. I'm all head over heels over the fact that, Portugal, they got themselves the reverse comeback to the point that right now they are on a match point. And what can I say? Crusher and Fire, they're just crushing the competition when it comes to the latest 2 rounds. But Italy, though, they are not to be underestimated at all. Did you see how Brandon and Hunter plays? Hunter is just constantly getting himself kills after kills, and he even won a 3 versus 1 fight. How am I supposed to say that I don't want to root for Italy? It's tough, man. It's tough.
Yeah, it is very difficult, but it's not only Hunter. I mean, Crusher has had some insane plays. Fire has had some insane plays for the Portugal side too. So, it's just a lot of players having a lot of individual skill. You can see it in this game right now. I mean, it's difficult to see or really say goodbye to either of these teams, because they both deserve it, really, to get to the next stage of this event. But sadly, we can only have one winner, and we'll have to see who will take it after this game. Round number 1, Danny taking a lot of damage here. There's the first knock. It's Pastor Teon that has dropped Vinci. Catania going to try and go for a res if they can, but Portugal, they've swarmed, and Pastor Teon will get a second, and will get the 2 confirmed kills. Now it's Brandon and it is Hunter. The star for Italy is going to have to pull a rabbit out of the hat here if they can. Crusher has been knocked. Fire XL going to try and go for the res. In fact, it is Danny that is going to try and pop it off. Now it's Brandon going to try and go for a little bit of a flank, a clutch glue wall there to at least give himself some cover. The zone is going to cause them problems now. There's 2 big knocks. It's into a 2v2. Can Italy pull this one back in round number 1?
I have no idea, but Hunter is definitely capable of taking a lot of isolated duels in favor for himself, and I'm pretty much expecting something like that to happen, but unfortunately Brandon was just caught completely off guard, and Portugal, they managed to get themselves a massive win in the first round here. And, to kind of make matters worse for Italy, Pastor Teon is the one that got himself that 3 kills. And now he's the one that has awoken from his eternal slumber and is ready to lay down the lead of the members of Italy.
It looked good there. It looked that it was going to be actually an Italy round when, they get those 2 knocks. It was absolutely huge. But actually, Portugal, didn't let either of those kills get finished. We've seen there was 2 reses there towards the end. It was a 4v1 against Hunter, and there's not a lot you can really do. We have seen him clutch out 1, but maybe 2 is a little bit of a tall order here now, as Danny, he is going to be tagged up a little bit early on in this one, trying to fire off a few pot shots as Fire XL, trying to retreat back towards his team as Italy are flanking around the left side. Well, all eyes are on the Italians. How are they going to move? And Vinci is going to be the player moving forward to try and take down Pastor Tay, and Danny taking a little bit more damage now to half HP. And Hunter and Vinci now are just going to run at Pastor Tay on and try and find these kills if they can, trying to isolate the player on their own. Doing lots of damage here, but still no knocks coming in through just yet.
And that is for now. 4 versus 4 still. Catania. HP is all the way down low, and so is Donnie. They have decided to get themselves in a safer place, but Brandon and Crusher, or rather Crusher is the one that actually managed to lay down quite an amount of lead on the side of Catania. A couple of members here has already been knocked down. Catania is now confirmed dead. Hunter is going to be the next one to get knocked down. Donnie and Fire XL similarly so. Brandon and Vinci is going to be the one available to fight against Crusher, as well as Pastor Teon. They are now completely isolated. Hunter, unfortunately, has been picked up. And I'm not too sure how things is going to work out for now, because Crusher is just going to be 1 versus 1, 1 versus 2. But he managed to bring down his adversary. Vinci is going to be the last man remaining. Pastor Teon has got his eyes onto where this Vinci is. Crusher is crushing the competition right now. How exactly is he doing that? And now Pastor Teon doing his absolute best to try to isolate himself from the side of Vinci, but he's just way too absorbed in dropping all of these blue walls. And before he even realized it, he went down. But Crusher knew that it is not about a gunfight. It is all about the zone.
That was just a smart play there from the Portuguese side. And well, Pastor Teon is just trying to stay alive, just put down the glue walls, keep that player trapped, and well, it works out. It pays dividends as we see Portugal take a 2-0 lead. They just need to double up. They just need 2 more, and then they take it. And well, their pets look pretty happy. Will they be happy after this round? They could get onto match and series point here, as we see once again the Italians on the back foot. And Pastor Teon, he wants to be careful here a little bit. Doesn't want to venture too far away on his own. And it looks like he has decided to rejoin the rest of his team, because that could have been very, very dangerous, and it could have ended in disaster.
I'm just surprised the fact that Italy have yet to get a win for themselves yet, but there could be a really high potential that they'll be able to do exactly that in this very game itself, you know. Getting themselves a little bit warmed up, but for now, we do have our eyes on the side of members from the side of Portugal. Most of them are pretty much in pretty close contact, but the only thing that's just separating themselves and the opponents is just going to be walls after walls after walls. Pastor Teon, a little bit disoriented, right? Not willing to enter the fight against the members of Italy. Catania is going to be the first one down. Dani is going to be the next one as they go for the refrag. Still, 2-person down from Portugal. Fire XL is going to go down as well, as it does seem like Crusher is slowly making his way back in. I'm not too sure exactly where was he the entire time, and the only person that he come to pick up is Pastor Teon, the one that is the most exposed, the one that is not closest to their adversaries. 2 versus 3. I don't have a very big hope on the side of Portugal, but the very fact that we still have Crusher, we can still expect something, right? Hunter drop the glue wall, goes for the heal. He still decides to go a little bit closer onto the opponents. Vinci brings down Pastor Teon. The next one is going to be Crusher, and Vinci with a nice clean headshot ought to do the work. And 2-1 is the scoreline.
Yeah, that's a lot better from Italy. A lot better indeed, as they managed to take that one and stop Portugal from getting onto match and series point. It's 2-1. And can they get back on level terms? It is 2-2 in the score of the actual series. And will it be 2-2 in the actual round score of this final game? We'll have to wait and see, as we see Portugal make their way. They split off 2-2, and Italy, once again, they very rarely venture far from each other. Oh, there's a huge knock onto Hunter Crusher, now finding that one, and a final knock onto Brandon now as well. 2 huge kills now. Vinci trying to get a trade and will do so, looking for the finish maybe here, and will get it. So it is advantage to Italy early on. No finishes coming in for the Portuguese side. Danny trying to make their way through the blue walls as Vinci will drop Fire XL. Might actually get a finish now as well. Danny up trying to find the shots onto Catania and will get that knock. Well, 2 players there, no chance of a res for the Portuguese side. The finish coming in here now from Danny Pastor Teon, dropping Vinci. No kill just yet, and well, we'll get that one. It's Brandon into the 1v2. Portugal looking to get a third, looking to get match and series point, but Brandon got a huge knock. It's a 1v1. Pastor Teon jumps up, tags down Brandon so low, trying to put the pressure on, trying to maybe find the kill. Will there be a res got here now? Danny might be able to get back on their feet. Pastor Teon dropping down, taking a little bit of damage, but getting themselves into a good position. It's a 2v1. Can Brandon clutch up?
Brandon just really needs to go in and isolate the duels, but it does seem like Pastor Teon may actually be doing that for his favor, but he decided to make his run away from it, only to realize that Donnie is just going to be on his side flank. He takes a nice little hop, brings one down, but we just slip of health. What can we expect here? He gets himself inside. Pastor Teon still has got him hot on his tails. Brandon would want to get himself in the center of the circle. He would want to flush him out, and Pastor Teon, well, he's just constantly running and running, but unfortunately Brandon, he definitely does have the advantage in terms of the circle, and instead of just trying to do anything against the blue walls, he decided to eat all of those damage from the storm and just take the L.
Definitely taking the L on that one. A 1v2, a clutch up, and I'm not too sure what that animal is, but I like it. Any ideas? Is it?
I have no idea what it is.
It's got whiskers.
A little
seal?
It's like a probably. I'm not the best at animals, but all I know is that it's not a cat.
We can confirm it is not a cat. So, hold on, let me just cross off that one from the list. Right, okay, there's one down. Okay, we'll try and figure it out. I think it looks a little bit like a seal.
Slowly goes on.
Yeah,
is it?
Yeah, I think a little pink seal, maybe.
Pink Panther.
Maybe that actually would make a lot more sense, right?
Probably, yes, because I'm not someone who picks myself up with a lot of pets. So, unfortunately, I am a normal vanilla player. You know, I'm very vanilla, so I don't get to have all these flares. Unfortunately, as I'm pretty sad. I'm a pretty sad player. But you know what? One thing that's not sad is all these players, because look at all that flair, the customizations that they have all around them, all the pets that they have. I just gotta have to give it over to them. Catania, man, oh man, what is going on there? He went down, so will Donnie. 3v3 as Hunter decides to get himself right in the game and try to work his magic out. As Hunter, he got a couple of members. I'm not too sure whether he managed to get anyone down, but some of his shots did manage to connect after all. Crusher, low HP. Pastor Toeon, half HP. Fire at a critical amount. 1 versus 2. Will he be able to do exactly what he wants to? Will he be able to isolate the duel and be able to win against 3 other members? Very unlikely so, because there's just a bunch of blue walls in this small little area, and instead Pastor Teon decided to just burst down that glue wall and allowed him to be free and open.
That one was very difficult indeed. Catania asleep at the wheel a little bit there. I mean, looked like a lapse of concentration to me. Just kind of stood out in the open. Didn't move at all. Get shot down in such an important round. Portugal on match and series point now. They have a chance to win it. They have a chance to knock Italy out of the entire competition. Or are Italy gonna send it to the final round? which could decide it all. They need to win this one if they are going to stand a chance. They will be out. Last chance saloon for the Italians, and once again they are gonna move as a cohesive unit. They move as four, but Vinci going for a little bit of a flank. You need to be careful though. Crusher is going to be making his way now behind them all, and glue walls are going to be popped here just in front, and maybe Crusher might be able to find Brandon now. Oh, he finds a knock, but he is being focused. Now he's going to be surrounded, and this is a problem when you go for a flank on your own. You need some support from your teammates. He gets one knock. All four Portuguese players up for the moment, but Crusher is going to be taken down. The flank is going to be neutralized. Vinci down so low, but is going to get a chance to heal up, as now Fire XL backs on away. Vinci is isolated here for the moment. Lots of glue walls around himself though, so he will be able to get the heals up. Hunter once again trying to find Fire XL, kind of playing alone, not something that he is a stranger to though. Oh, lots of damage done, no kill though just yet. Vinci and Hunter will get 2 knocks. It's all down to Fire XL, and he manages to get 1 knock. Brandon and Vinci are so low, so at least has a chance. Fire XL needs to get the kills though here, out of the zone, out of a chance really, and Vinci will make sure of it. 3-3, we go to a deciding round in our first game of the day. Who is gonna take it? Oh my, Abstract, I don't know which way it's gonna go, mate.
This is one of the most intense games that we have got so far. Yesterday's games, they were all, very close, but not down to series close. But this one, 2-2 in the best of 5 within, with a best of 7, right? So 3-3 of a best of 7 within a 2-2, which is a best of 5. And this is what really matters. Who goes down first? How is the game going to be played? Because one of these teams will have to stop playing for the entirety of the Free Fire Creator Showdown Europe 2. And which team might it be? It does seem like Italy have got the short end of the stick for now, as Vinci is going to be the first one to get knocked down, and do know that he is the MVP for now. A total of 7 kills to his name. Will they leave him on the ground? It doesn't seem like it's going to be the case, because they did manage to pick Vinci up, but unfortunately Catania as well as Vinci, they are all stuck within this glue wall. Would they be able to pop these glue walls up as Dani takes a fight against Hunter? He goes down. Hunter's still alive. He's just going to be working his magic throughout every part of the map, because Crush is going to be the next one to go straight down. Pastor Teon as well as Fire. They would definitely want to get themselves away, but unfortunately Brandon's just going to be behind waiting for them, and Italy, they're looking pretty darn good. Pastor Teon revenges against his fellow friend, and he would really want to pick up Fire XL up, but Vinci comes right into the action, fills him up with lead. Let him eat lead, and a booyah going over to the side of Italy, and Portugal's very loss will end, or rather the journey will end here.
What a journey it was though. They are your winners, Brandel, Hunter, Vinci and Catania. And what a cracking game to start us off. I mean, it doesn't get closer than that. It just doesn't. They take the booyah and they advance to the next round. They will be joining, of course, the Greek side and the French side that we seen yesterday, but we still have one more game to go to see who, of course, Italy will be playing. But I just can't get over that. I mean, Italy and Portugal, we thought that was going to be a Portugal game. We thought it was going to be easy, a quick 3-0, but Italy had other ideas. They win the first 2. Portugal managed to bring it back. They send it to a decider, and, well, Italy just clutch up. They close it out in the end, but Portugal, well played to them. I mean, it was a very close game and a very fun and entertaining one to watch.
There was quite a choke from the side of Italy, right? They were stuck on the 2-0 point for a pretty long time. Or rather, they were stuck on the 2 points for pretty long. 2-0, 2-1, 2-2. But when it really comes down to it, they finally managed to pull their own and brought down Portugal. So congratulations to Italy once again. Unfortunately for Portugal, they are going to be knocked out for the Free Fire Creator Showdown Europe number 2. And we will not be seeing them at the... for the next few weeks at least. But maybe we'll see them in the other tournaments. But for now, we're going to go in for a short little break. And once we are back, well, will give you yet another exciting showdown.
Not what you were expecting? What's up, guys? Welcome to the Free Fire 4th Anniversary Special. I'm here because Callie has gone into the Garena studio to co-host. I wonder what she's up to now.
Hi, everyone! Have you ever wondered what's going on behind the game? Hey there! This is where we built Free Fire. Curious to learn a little more? Let's go! Welcome to Garena! First up, the devs are working on the 1 versus 1 mode, which you guys have been asking for. You asked, and we delivered. In this new patch, players can take part in 1 versus 1 matches in a brand new special map. Have you got a friend who's always digging at your skills?
I'm merely stating facts.
Now, you can finish the argument once and for all with a 1-versus-1 duel. What are these? Shh! I've got a first look at the Anniversary Awards! Most commonly used character of the year goes to a lock! Here's a special message from him.
Hello Kelly, how are you? It's such a big pleasure to be part of the Free Fire family and to celebrate the 4th anniversary. Can you feel the energy? So, see you in the game.
Moving on. Clash Squad enhancements. Sharing weapons and equipment is a key strategy to winning in Clash Squad. Now we make this much easier. You can directly make a request in the store and a teammate can buy it for you. Wow, hosting is easy. Also, auto pickup is enhanced to pick up high-value items first. Guns will also be displayed first in a loot box drop. And now, you can also bring your backpack into a Clash Squad match, showing it off starting from the lobby.
I'm gonna get so much better in Clash Squad with those enhancements. Anyway, our next award, the most popular pet. And it goes to Mr. Wagger! Mr. Wagger has accompanied players on millions of battles in the past year, always wearing his sunglasses no matter the weather.
You should lose some weight. On to character enhancements. Jota is up next. He will recover HP when hitting enemies with shotguns or SMGs. Recovery effect increases if the enemy is taken down. Apart from characters, a small enhancement has been made to the increasingly popular vending machine. Now, your Free Fire coin count will be shown on the heads-up display for better management of coins.
It's weapon time! The award for the most popular weapon, the MP40. Is this one your favorite too? No? Well, we have 2 new guns.
That's my line.
Coming out in this patch. Do remember to check them out in the game. The following weapons will also be going through adjustments to make the game more balanced and fun. And that's it for Season 2, Episode 4 of What's Up, Free Fire. As usual, catch you in the game!
Oh, it's over already? Oh, well. You know, if you guys are looking for a more interesting job, I know someone who's hiring.
Together when the lights go down, always up for another round. We come together when the lights go down. We come together when the lights go down. We come together when the lights go down.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Free Fire Creators Showdown Europe number 2. It is, of course, the first few games, and we had a cracker of a game to start us off. Went down to the wire, went down to the very last round, a 4-3 in the deciding game, and it was Italy to take it. Italy, they managed to beat Portugal. They booked their place in the next round, which I believe is going to take place next weekend, but we have one more game to bring to you guys today. Of course, I'm your caster Surfer, joined by the lovely Abstract. And well, you know, I've one question to ask you. Do you think we are going to see it go down to the wire one more time, or do you think that we are going to see a little bit more of a one-sided affair in this game?
Should I say anything?
I don't know. I don't know.
I think that I will not say anything. you know, playing things off a little bit on the safer side. I will say that one thing's for sure, one thing's for 100% guarantee. One of these teams is gonna win.
I that's definitely one. That's definitely one. I think that's definitely a possibility. Maybe. I'm not sure.
Maybe both seems to like have a disconnection issue. Suddenly, like all internet breaks down, and just suddenly like, oh, both teams can't play anymore. No one advances, and who knows? Maybe we'll have our fellow team just head straight on to fight against Albania. Is it? Oh no, it's not Albania. I can't remember which was the other team, but I'm just gonna move on from that. It's very unlikely that the internet would just break down on us like that. I mean, come on, 2021.
Yeah, there's no such thing as technical issues in 2021 ever. You know, just ask any admin of any tournament ever. But we'll have a look now, and we will see who is gonna win this one, and it is gonna be Spain taking on Poland. And well, for Spain, Ochitomi Catracho Gamer. That one was an actual tough one. Catracho, yeah, that one was a tough one. See, you got caught out in the first time, and now I'm getting caught out now here. Yassel Style and La Ruja, and then the Polish team, a full female roster: Luna, Leaks 29, Miss Z Massey. I hope I pronounced that one correct. Missy Massey? Yeah, I think so. And Kovarkula, I think, maybe? I'm not sure. That one, see, once I see V's and Q's in the name, that's me out. You know, that is me out.
I'm so happy I took the the name calling in the previous game instead of taking this one, because I wouldn't have any idea how to pronounce like 80% of these names. And you know what? Just for the fun of it, I'm gonna try it. All right. Okay, understandably, Ochitomi, we are Catracho, Gamer, Yassel Style, Latruja, Latruja. We got Luna, Leah X. This is a cheat, right? Because I heard you say Mizimazis, and it kind of sounds about right? So Mizimazis kind of sounds right. But the last one, Krivkula. We are very sorry if we butcher your name, but it's on you for not putting vowels in your name.
Yeah, I mean, there is one vowel, but it's just at the end. It's just kind of the first few that we struggle. But we actually have production telling us now. Production is Polish, so you know, Big Vu, he's whispering in our ear that it is probably Corolla. So it might be Corolla. I'm not too sure.
I mean, yeah, it kind of sounds about right? You're having the V flipped into an A, having the Q remove the one dash, and you know, just creative ways of creating your username, this kind of stuff. So it happens a lot. Like just now, I think that we have Catania. His name was like Katakia just now. I have no idea how the name was spelled, but it was with other letters that is not within the English dictionary.
Yeah, definitely not in the English dictionary at all. It's It's always interesting, and it's actually it's usually always Polish names that actually catch me out. Sometimes it's a few of the CIS regions, so you know your Russian and Ukrainian names. That it's just when there's the Z's and the Q's. It's probably not something that you want to admit as a caster. That is your kryptonite. When somebody has no vowels or little to no vowels in their name. But we're going to jump into the action here, as we are going to see Procula look for the opening kill, but it is going to be Mucha to take that one. Latruja will trade one back now. Luna taking a lot of damage as Mucha will get another knock here. Spainer down to 2, and well, we are going to see Yasa Style be knocked and actually finished as well. Spain down to 1. It's Ochitomi trying to put up a little bit of a fight, but Mucha with 3 kills. Muchas gracias, and the emote there as well, as we do see Poland take the first one.
Wow, my oh my. These beautiful ladies here are here to make a statement that girls can, of course, play. Because, well, we are now in year 2021. I've met a lot of girl gamers, and they are exceptionally good. And yeah, most of them are better than me as well. So unfortunately, I belong in that 1% of terrible gamers. But one thing's for sure is that the Polish team here, they are destroying the members of Spain, with Mucha getting herself a total of 3 kills and Carola with a total of 1. They're playing rather passively at this moment in time, not too high octane as I was kind of expecting initially. As for the side of Spain, they are also playing pretty cautiously, right? They're not ready to just go all out, all ham, ready to feed themselves over to the wolves just yet. They're still kind of, biding their time, waiting for the perfect opportunity. But Luna, he just gets a dash right past of Ochitomi. But in the end, that's when Ochitomi himself will be ganked by 2 of these ladies here. And it doesn't seem like that is going to be the end just yet, as Latruja finds himself at lower than 50% HP. Mucha opens up, immediately getting a dash in. He's going to be meeting up with Yasuo Style, and she, unfortunately, will go down. Mizimasi over at the other side of the compound. He did manage to find 1, but realizes that, hey, I don't have time to chase against this guy who's just randomly running around. We can just go over and pincer the other guy, just right out in the open. And Luna is doing that exactly. And the Polish team managed to wipe Spain out with a 4-0 scoreline. Or rather, none of the Polish members went down at all.
And the Polish girls, they've come to play, haven't they? They are not messing around. And, well, that is a new pet that I have seen. And, well, I believe, I can't remember what it is, the actual name for the monkeys with the colourful face. Is it a chimpanzee?
It's a monkey with a colourful face.
Yeah. Well,
that's the name.
Yeah, I think it is. Maybe, I'm not too sure. Actually, I think, I can't remember the name of it. I thought of it for a second.
It's called Chroma Key.
A Chroma Key? The LED monkey.
I thought that was pretty not bad.
Yeah, that was pretty good, yeah.
But I would love to kill myself making that joke. Be right back, I'm gonna kill myself.
Well.
Oh god. That's it for now. 1 minute and 18 seconds. This pretty much means that right now the circle is gonna be shrinking right in. 0-2. The Polish team is currently having the vertical advantage, while Luna decides to put herself at home, right smack in the center of the circle. I really like what they're doing here, right? Putting Luna in the center just so that they can deter anyone who tries to make a dash right into the center, while 3 other players takes themselves at the top of the place, right? They're really putting some brains to their games, right? They are splitting themselves up equally, but not too far, whereby they can still pick each other up really nicely. While a lot of members from Spain, they're just stuck in this small little containers. I'm not too sure what they are doing. Mucha went right in, did all that she can with a little bit of a Thompson. Yasuo Style wasn't able to do quite much, and all of these gamers just absolutely destroyed by their female counterpart. Next point is match point here in Mass Electric.
And so good. Mucha has really been the star performer, and I mean, she has dominated so far. Maybe not in the second round. She went down. She actually got knocked, I believe, in the second round. But that one, just putting the pressure, just not really allowing Spain out of that position. And well, they couldn't really move. You had to kind of question, what they were doing. I know you said it yourself, you kind of didn't understand what they were doing in that scenario. But I mean, Poland really aren't giving them a chance at all to really get going, and they're looking to take this first game 4-0, which would be absolutely huge. But Mucha goes down, a huge knock by Caracho. Missy Macedo will trade one back, no kill in just yet. There's first blood. Mucha will go down. Luna's going to be knocked as all of a sudden Poland being put under pressure. Kravola and Missy Massa now into a 2v3. Missy Massa trying to find this kill if she can, not just yet, as Ochitomi is the only player knocked for the moment, and the res will come in. Spain looking to pick up their first round if they can. Well, they're going to surround these Polish players. Left now, last alive. Trying to pop blue walls, trying to survive, trying to stay alive. Yasso style is going to be knocked, but Missy Massa is going to go down, is going to be finished. It's all going to be on Kavakula, and well, that is going to be Spain picking up their first, and they needed it to come then. Poland will not be taking the first game just yet. Spain will live to fight another day.
Does seem like they did manage to get themselves that 1 point, and thus stopping Poland from just immediately destroying them in the first game itself. The Polish team, they definitely knew what they're doing, while we are looking at the small little red slime just blobbing around. I love these fans. Okay, I really need to start talking about the players here, but I think I've talked quite a bit about the Polish team, right? Because they're really putting the brains to their games. I really like what they have been doing so far, especially round number 2, right? They're just making sure that they have got most of the expansion of the lands, and they're just making sure that they're kind of zoning out the opponents as much as possible and just watching every single part of these blind spots. While we're looking at Spain, they're just kind of aimlessly running around, scouting out for the players, while the Polish team, unfortunately, I can't exactly see what they are doing, but they are all the way at the southern part of Factory, making themselves at home there. I really want to see what they're working on, but more often than not, they're just holding on to the corner and ensuring that they are never going to let down this corner unless provoked aggressively. While Carola makes her chase right down onto an opponent here, and it's just glue wall for days. It's really tough for Carola to eventually pop the shots off, but that retreat from Catracho Gamer, if I were him, I honestly wouldn't be too proud of it, but a win is still a win, and a win twice is still a win. And just like that, manages to bring down Carola as well as Missy Mazzi, left with Mucha as well as Luna, left all alone. A flashbang was thrown right over to them. The first time that we ever seen any throwables in these Clash Squad games. Mucha with only a sliver of health. She's not taking a breather. She's not taking a second to heal herself up. And to be honest, I'm still kind of surprised that she's not taken down just yet. Mucha with just a sliver of health. I don't think that we'll be expecting much as Catracho Gamer. He's still at full health.
Yeah, she couldn't really pop any heals there. Mucha trying her best to try and just get into the zone, but it was always difficult. Managed to get a few knocks in there, Luna and herself. So, she did her part, she did her best, but it just wasn't enough. The full HP, the position of Caracho Gamer was just too much in that scenario. And 3-2, Poland still have another chance to close this one out before Spain get on to map and series point. And well, we need to see if they can do so. Mucha going to go for an opening aggressive pick, but won't be able to do any damage at all. Now, Latruja has a sniper in their hands, and well, the Polish side will need to be a little bit careful. Don't want to peek your head up too much, or you might just lose it.
And for now, we've got 2 members from the side of Poland taking the top. Catracho, what are you doing, Catracho? Brought down all the glue walls, almost going down. Allowed Luna to make her dash away, popping off the dropped the beat as well, and Luna immediately jumped inside of where Catracho Gamer has been putting himself in. Just kind of locked himself in there. Really nothing else that he can do at that moment in time. He kind of his flank didn't really quite work out because the Poland team, they are just working and watching all of their flanks, and I just absolutely love what they are doing there. Carola, a little bit disoriented as well. Really want to shoot right under of all of their glue walls, but for now, Carola as well as Mizimazi, their HP is all the way down low, but unfortunately for side of Spain, Latruja, HP is all the way down to a sliver of health. Yasel style is still pretty healthy, but he haven't really gotten himself a single kill, so I'm not too confident about his power rating at this moment in time. So Latruja managed to buy quite a bit of time, but we are looking at a 2v4 after all, and especially since that the circle is now going to be pushed all the way and just forcing Spain out of their current position, allowing Poland to get themselves the 4th point in game number 1, giving them the first booyah into this series.
Well, Mucha, the MVP, I don't think anybody has any questions about that. She was so good in the opening round. It really kind of set the tone, and you thought for a moment that Spain were going to come back. You know, they managed to get 2 rounds there to stop Poland from closing it out there, and then, but in the end, Poland too strong. They're able to take it, and they take the first game. 2 more is what they need in order to book a place in the next round, where of course they will take on the earlier team that went through, but we'll have to wait and see what is going to happen. And Spain, they're going to have to book up their ideas. I mean, you know, that one, it wasn't close, was it? You know, yes, they win 2 rounds towards the end, but it looked like it was just a little bit lucky, to be honest. Poland were definitely the more dominant side there.
Without a doubt, right? You can definitely not underestimate these girls, as they clearly know what they want to do. They are very cautious with the way that they play, as you always see whenever they are outside of their glue walls for too long. Like maybe they will shoot for a good 2 seconds, and immediately, without a doubt, they will throw a glue wall under them despite their health. And despite whether they're hitting their shots whatsoever, they don't want to overestimate themselves way too much. And I really like what they're doing there. So the cautious gameplay is, of course, the best play possible. And, well, good job to these girls getting themselves first point. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing them winning the next 2 as well.
You think it is going to be them taking the next 2? Do you think
there could be a possibility? Yeah, because I mean, it's rather aggressive, right? The way that they play is rather aggressive, and they won that series, or rather, they won that game pretty convincingly.
Yeah,
and I think that members of Spain, it kind of seems like they were a little bit outgunned and a little bit out of their comfort most of the time.
Yeah, you know, it seemed like that Poland just had the more damage, you know, the more aggressive style. It was really just, you know, you had just the first 2 that really come to mind is Mucha and Mizimaza, that were kind of just applying a lot of pressure, just getting early knocks and putting the Spanish lads on the back foot. And, well, if that continues throughout the next game, then I no doubt in my mind that we could be seeing a 3-0 clean sweep. But, you know, we just don't know. You know, we've made so many predictions, and I'm pretty sure nearly every single one of them has been wrong. You know, every time we make a prediction, it's wrong. So I'm done trying to analyze it, trying to, you know, break it down and say, oh, well, they should win this and that, because we just don't know just what will happen, what will come down to it. But I cannot wait to get into the second game.
Yeah, similarly. Game number 2 is, of course, going to be the one that will help us understand who is the one that really have got the brains in their games, and, of course, who's got the better mechanic. But for now, as it is for now, right? The Polish team definitely got my vote. They know what they're doing, but for the Spain team, they're just kind of like melted down. And especially round number 1, they just kind of got demolished. Kind of like a hot knife through butter. It's pretty easy for the Polish team to just kind of run them down. And I believe that it could happen again. First time, maybe a fluke. Second time, you're just lucky. But the third time's the skill, you know. And I talked about that before yesterday. And hopefully that we'll be able to see a nice, flawless victory in favor of the Polish team.
Yeah, I mean, it will be nice to see a dominating performance out in this game. And well, of course, this is going to be the last game of the day. So, a quick one. I mean, it'd be lovely to finish off to see, who's actually going to go through and make their way into the next round. And then, of course, we're talking about the two higher seeded teams as well, Albania and Romania. The Polish girls, or indeed the Spanish lads, if they do go through, they have a chance to come up against, I believe it is the Romanian side, or towards that side of the bracket.
I think it's Romanian.
Yeah, I think it is, if I'm not mistaken. But they're gonna have a tough task ahead of them, because they'll have to play Italy, whoever wins. So it will be difficult. Yeah, it is Romania. I knew my brain was working correctly. I knew I remembered something correct. But it will be interesting to see. I don't know how the Italy game is gonna go, because Italy and Portugal, they were very, very evenly matched. But how dominant Poland have been in that first game, if they do take this series trio, I think Poland will absolutely run through Italy.
I'm really trying very best to understand what is wrong with Spain, right? Because most of the time we've just been looking at Poland, the one that just head straight in and just jumping onto the members of Spain. I wouldn't say that is because of the fact that, they positioned themselves badly. They didn't do this, they didn't do that. They are retreating all the time. No, because I can't exactly put a finger on it, to be very honest. There was just one instance, like really just one instance, whereby I saw Catraccio trying to work onto a real flank in game number 3 or game number, or was it a final game? I can't remember. But unbeknownst to him, it does seem like the Polish team have got all of their 6 covered, and it just seems as though that Missy Mazi was there, or was it Mucha? They kind of covered the flank from that building, and Catraccio was just completely caught off guard and just absolutely destroyed. Oh, it was Luna. Yeah, it was Luna.
Yes.
Luna is the one that went all in for a fight against Catraccio Gamer. So it's really sad, right? Because I can understand what Catraccio was doing, but he was just going in, guns blazing. Yeah, I don't care. There's definitely no one gonna be behind of this building, but voila, Luna's there.
That's the risk that you really run when you're going for these kind of mad flanks on your own. You're playing solo. You have to hope that you can hit your shots, and you have to hope that it works out, because if you just cause a little bit of distraction, then your team can push maybe forward and you can kind of get a little pincer action going on. But there's also the other side of it, that if it doesn't work out and you go down, you've left your team in a 3v4 situation. So, it's a risk and reward, whatever you want to do. It's the old saying, scared money don't make money. So you have to take a few risks. You have to take a little bit of a gamble from time to time, and let's see if Spain are going to take a gamble here now, as Mucha going to get herself onto the high ground, and this is such a lovely position to be in. But Spain, they're in cover here for the moment, but you definitely do not want to give Mucha a chance.
And right about now, as a member of Spain, just gonna be working the magic. Hopefully they'll be able to land onto Poland, get any shots in. But most of the members from Poland's side, they're just playing inside of the Colosseum. Mucha is taking one fight of her own. Carola is taking a fight of her own. Mizimazi is there just so that he can provide some help. But I don't know why Yasuo Style decided to just jump down like that. Unfortunately, Mucha is going to be the one that lands the shot. Luna trying to work onto a deagle. Hopefully that he will be able to land on something. But Carola goes to the back, right onto the opponents. And it does seem like the Truja goes down. Catraccio Gamer going to be the next one to go down by the hands of Carola. Oshitobi, last member remaining, as Carola is just running all over the place like a road runner. She's so agile. She's just jumping everywhere and just doing anything that she wants and unpunished.
And even though it was Carola in the end, I mean, we can't take anything away from Mucha there, because that was really her that initiated that fight, getting that initial knock early on. She did go down herself, but she put a lot of pressure on, and actually Spain had to focus on her. They had to kind of turn around and, you know, stop focusing on the 3 Polish girls in front of her and focus, you know, the player in the sky, the player above them. And it gave Carola the chance to actually pick up the kills, and well, she did so with open arms. She welcomed them, and well, Poland will take another round. Now, round number 2 coming up, and Carola looking to add to that tally. 3 kills, looking to have a few more if she can. Spain, they're playing a little bit scared here. They're playing a little bit passive, and rightly so, because Poland are set up in pretty much a firing squad here.
It's gonna be tough for Chitomi, right? Since they kind of know what's going on. But in the game of Shrines, it's really about who's going to be the one that makes the first move. And it does seem like the Polish team is going to... the Spain team is going to be the one to make the first move. I'm not too sure how that is going to work out for them, because they are now kind of pincered aside of Poland. Hopefully that they'll be able to take the blind side of the enemies. But the only downside that comes down to this... Oh, flag. I'm not too sure what's that. But the only thing that comes down to this right at this moment in time is really just about who gets knocked down first. And just feel like members from Spain is going to be the one to get first knocked down. And that's going to be Latruja that comes in from behind. So there's no way that Latruja is going to come up alive. Catracho Gamer comes onto the back. He really wants to go for a fight on the Missy Mazi and managed to successfully do so. Brings down Luna. And that is going to be a kill confirmed. Corolla and Mucha is going to be the last member remaining. Will they be able to bring down 3 other members? It's going to be unlikely, as Mucha and Corolla goes down in unison, and Spain gets themselves a single point from Poland. Does seem like the game of Shrines definitely worked out for them, and they made the first move first.
Yeah, even though Luna actually gets the initial kill, putting Spain on the back foot, they managed to clutch it up and win that second round. So 1-1, we are level. We'll see now if they can take the lead, which will be, I believe, the first time that they will be able to take the lead, or the first time that they will be given a chance to take the lead. But for now, a little bit of a slow start for Spain, not moving out of the blocks very quickly. Poland are kind of split for the moment. We see 2 over to the left and 2 towards the right side building. Mucha, the one on screen. Mizimaza over towards her, and it is Gravkola and Luna over on the left. But Gravkola, she's kind of isolated herself. Needs to be a little bit careful. Don't want to give away an opening pick too early, and definitely in a position like that where you can be easily finished, that could be a problem. Ochitomi taking a little bit of damage now, but not much going on. A little bit of a stalemate to start off round number 3.
And the game is still rather passive. They decide to play in a long-range fight for now. Mucha is going to be the one that picks herself up with an LMG, while the rest of the members here, Luna, Carola, and Mizivazi, pick themselves up with some wide array of mid and close combat weapons, such as the a couple of SMGs, the UMP, and I think I saw a P90 on the side of Luna. So they really want to get themselves very close against the opponent, just kind of play, go for the contact play. And once that, that will only happen once the zone pretty much just squeeze everyone in between of one another, and does seem like that is going to be the case right about now. Luna finds a lot of glue walls in between her and the enemies, and doesn't seem like she will be able to land the first shot down. Miss Mazi is just going to be knocked down. Carola's next, Mucha's next. Luna's going to be the last member remaining, but unfortunately there's just too much firepower that's just going over to the side of Poland. And when things really just came down to the wire, Spain really understand that they just need to overwhelm these ladies, and the girls will start to panic.
Yeah, it's just in those scenarios where Poland are being swarmed, and, well, Spain, they just get around them, put them under pressure, and it becomes difficult. It really does when you've so many different angles to cover, when it gets down to the wire in the late stages of the game. And Spain's game plan might be just to run down the clock and wait till it gets to that end game scenario when the zone is shrinking ever so small, and when It is very, very tiny indeed. Then they pounce. Then they try and pick up the few kills. But it's a dangerous game. It's a risk that you don't necessarily need to run. You want to try and find an opening pick. I think you want to try and do it early. I'm not a big fan of, leaving it till the last few moments. But, I mean, whatever it takes to win, you're going to have to try it. And here in round number 4, we see a little bit of chip damage done to either side, but no significant blows landed for either team.
It's really interesting to see this game, right? Where the players are using throwables. And we're starting to see like a couple of smokes that are just being thrown all across the place. I'm not too sure what Latruja was trying to do. Kind of sneaking around only for Luna, I think, to get the first kill. Oh, sorry, it was Corolla, right? So Mucha gets another one. Nice headshot on top of Otomi while he was a little bit too busy with trying to throw a little bit of his utilities. And it's gonna be left in Yasel style, right? Because all that Poland did is really just whittle down the members of Spain one after another. Because the girls in Poland, they're just moving together. And once they find one person, they single that person out and then go for the next one. Spain kind of has a little bit of a communication issue in that round, and probably like the worst round that Spain has played so far. Like there was zero communication and there was no teamwork. They're just working on their own individual basis, and I'm not particularly a fan of that.
That was a fantastic round there from Poland. Exactly what they needed, though. They tied up. And well, let's see. This will be interesting as we see Luna just go up on top of the high ground very, very early. You need to be careful. You need to pop your glue wall. Don't want to go down. Latruja gave up an opening pick very early on. Missy Mazza now aiming in with that sniper. Gets the knock, looking for the finish. Can she get it? Yes, she can. Allowed. Archie Tomi did not want to put up a glue wall in front of Yasel's story, and now Ochitomi is being put under pressure. Kavkurla gets that knock onto Latruja, and well, the kill as well. Spain, they're down to 2. Poland look to take this one, and this would put them onto match point once again if they can find these 2 kills. Catraccio and Ochitomi are going to have to clutch up. Ochitomi goes down, and Catraccio now low HP in and around half. Luna trying to apply the pressure, trying to find a kill. It's a 1v4 for Catraccio gamer. Not a lot you can really do in this scenario, and they will fall. Another clean round for Poland. It's 3-2 on the score, but it's match point in game number 2 for Poland. Can they pick up their second and go only 1 away from taking the whole series?
Rather similar playstyles when it comes to round number 5 and round number 6. I'm not too sure whether you agree. So the main play, like the main name of the game is for Poland. As long as they are all always together, and as long as Spain just kind of spreads themselves out and one person tries to be the Rambo, that is where Spain will then be taken down one after another. While Spain, in round number 2, they did kind of what Poland did. They just waited for the exact time that they wanted to just completely just collapse onto Poland. And that was the one time that they won. Or rather, the second time that they won. But it was very convincing, that fight. So I think that Spain could learn a little bit thing or two from the side of Poland, because this is very well a game of rock, paper, scissors. Which strategy is the one that works? Why would you do this and why would you do that in order to bring down the entirety of the Polish team? But this time, the Polish team, they're doing something a little bit different. They are all banking all in into a single choke point. Yasuo style dropped a nice shot down onto Mucha and immediately goes for the execute.
Immediately goes for the knock, and well, Spain, 4 players left up. So we'll see if they can hold it. The zone is going to push them in. Missy Mazza looking to try and do some damage. Just have the height here, as we see it is Only Mizumasa up on the high ground, so she's not even going to be contested here for the moment. She could actually do a whole lot of damage here. Going to take out the sniper, finds a huge knock here onto Yasuo's style, and now looking down, might take down Ochitomi. That's two. Mizumasa with that one. Karacho Gamer has been knocked as well. It's all down to Latrusha and Mizumasa. That is the power of the verticality in this game. Mizumasa, 7 kills all in all, the MVP of game number 2. Poland are going to take the booyah. Only one more needed to take the game and take the series.
Convincing game from the Polish team. I really like what they have got so far. Spain were pretty close, I'm not gonna lie. There was just one round that I'm just not too happy about. While the 2 other rounds that they won, it was very convincing. Like, they're just literally just having their full entire bodies just collapsing onto the members of Poland, and the girls just have no idea what to do at the point in time. And they should do something like that a little bit more often, because it worked. It really worked out for them. But it really varies between different maps, how they would want to play, and understandably, you are still kind of like in the early stages of the tournament. You can kind of just experiment a little bit, and you wouldn't know, right? Maybe when it comes to their own trainings in their own games, they find certain things that work. But when it comes down to the Free Fire Creator Showdown, well, firepower is the thing. If whether you are able to connect those shots or not is a very important part of the game.
Well, we are getting to a very important part of the game right now, because this could possibly be the last time that we see Spain in the event. And well, they're not really moving from spawn, so we will have to see them try and take maybe a little bit of map control. But Poland are already in a really good position. Now Spain are going to move out. They're going to have to bulk up their ideas, maybe just having a little bit of a team talk in the spawn to start things off, trying to rally the troops if they can, but it is going to be difficult. Now Mucha is going to do a little bit of damage, but needs to back away, doesn't want to give up a free pick, doesn't want to give up a free kill.
Doesn't seem like Mucha really wants to expose herself for too long. You can pretty much see whenever she's out of her glue wall's protection range, she'll always throw another one almost immediately, right? Maybe a 1 to 2 second buffer. I really like what she's doing right there. But for now, it is Mucha that's probably going to have a first contact against the opponent as they bolster up the defenses onto the northern side of the factory. As the zone slowly shrinks in, as Luna cleanly takes a shot off of Catracho Gamer on the second story here in the factory. The rest of the members from Spain, they are still outside. This is what I'm talking about, you know. One Rambo is all it takes for the team to just crumble. And speaking of crumble, it does seem like it is going to be the case soon, as the members of Poland, they're just going to be collapsing themselves right on top of the members of Spain. Ochitomi is going to be the next one to go straight down, followed by Latrusha. Justice Style is now next. Every single one of these players have gotten a kill for themselves, except for Mucha, as Luna picked herself up with 2 kills. Spain, boy oh boy, you guys have to start sticking together.
Yeah, splitting off once again. I mean, it's just going for these solo plays, and Poland are just more of a team. They're more of a cohesive unit. They move together, they play together, they win together, and they are doing a lot of winning right now. 1-0 up in this one. Round number 2 coming up. Spain, they won the second round last time out. Can they do it here again? Well, a lot of natural cover in this area of the map, but glue walls still ever as important. Well, a lot of damage done to Mucha early on. She needs to be a little bit careful. Pops to drop the beat and pops a little bit of healing once again, and she's actually isolated over to the right hand side. Luna is just holding the left flank for now. Mucha just needs to hope that the glue walls stay in position. Luna now strikes in the back. Yasuo style is going to be caught out here and is going to be pincered once again. A lovely little triangle of damage, but no knock and no kill going to come in there for the Polish side. Latruja goes to maybe tackle Mucha over towards this right side of the map. Glue walls being popped. Does Mucha realize that she is being flanked? No, she's going to be tagged down low. Missy Masa is going to help out her teammate though, gets the knock and might be able to get the finish. Mucha going to heal up and maybe try and retreat away. She's going to be flashbang though, needs to be careful. Luna is going to be knocked. Catracho Gamer will be picking up that one. Mucha goes down now as well. Catracho going in for a finish. Might get another knock here. Yes, she will. It's all down to Missy Maza. And well, in a 1v3, it's very, very difficult indeed trying to maybe pop glue walls. Oh, she's kind of boxed herself out here for the moment and she will go down. A small mistake, a simple error cost her the res on her teammates there. And well, Spain are gonna tie it up 1-1.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate. Contractual Gamer, out of a few rounds of that Rambo action, he finally managed to get that to work, right? That was a nice flawless 3 kills for himself, but he shouldn't think that every day is Sunday. And I hope that it doesn't really get to his head and try to kind of like pull the same thing again. But if that happens, then maybe he will learn things a little bit of a hard way, or maybe the other way around. It is indeed a Sunday again. We shall see how that's gonna work out as Carola as well Missy Mazi makes their way over to the center, while Luna takes herself towards the top side of the screen and Mucha at the lower side of the screen. So they have got the entire area cordoned off, making sure that they have got each other's corners to work with. And if any of the members from Poland decide to kind of push themselves a little bit too far, at least one of the girls from the edge will be able to take out the opponents. And it does seem like that is going to be the case with Luna taking out the Contractual Gamer. Always the first person to go down, unfortunately, because he is a Rambo after all. Not every day Sunday. And then coming up next, Yasuo style, the next one to be dropped by Carola. Goes for the execute. It's going to be left from Ochitomi as well. Latruja, they're very far apart. I'm not too sure what exactly is going on. Carola takes a 1v1 isolated fight right against Ochitomi. Oh, sorry, was it Latruja? I think it was Ochitomi. Yep, Ochitomi it is. 1-for-1 trade-off. Refrags going in. And Carola is the one that brings out Ochitomi. And Luna picks up the last kill. Poland with 2 points. Spain with 1.
Same old story. Individual fights that Spain are taking and they're losing them. I mean, it's the same old thing, really. Every single round, it seems to be, you know, the same story. Spain try to take the fights and they lose them because they're just simply getting outgunned and out-aimed. And, well, the cool dude, the cool Doge with the lovely sunglasses. And that is a beautiful dragon suit as well. So,
yep.
We love to see it. We love to see it. The sunglasses are a fantastic touch as well. Luna popping her drop to me early, pushing very aggressively. Spain, they're a little bit more clumped together this time, and they are moving as a unit. Maybe something was said. Maybe they're talking about, okay, guys, we need to actually play together here. We need to stop going for solo plays because it's not working out for us. Luna making a little bit of solo play on her own. She needs to be very careful. She needs to back away into the safety of her team. The Truja kind of split from the pack here for the moment, but no damage coming in through. In fact, it is Contractual Gamer to get that knock onto Luna. She was one of the isolated players for the Polish side, but Mizzy Mazza is in a good position to get the res. Now Kukula will find that knock. That's absolutely huge there now as Kukula put under pressure trying to find Contractual Gamer, tagged down very low. She is going to be able to heal up, and Kukula will get the finish. Now it is Mizzy Mazzy to get that one. Mucho in a 1v1 with Latruja, and Latruja comes out on top. Ochitomi will find that kill. There's only 2 players up. It's Luna and Mizzy Mazzy. Can they clutch it out? The 2v3, but look at the HP of the Spain players.
I really like how the Spain players have managed to get themselves to this current situation, right? They were originally kind of outgunned by the members of Poland because of a really sweet tactic that they kind of use, and most credits goes over to the side of Carola. But for now, it is going to be left with Luna as well as Mizimazi. They managed to get execute down on Ochitomi, and Latruja is being all alone, currently at the edge, currently being forced out, and Poland has managed to get themselves with 3 wins for now. Now, back to round number 4 just now, or rather, yeah, round number 4 just now, whereby one of the members was knocked down. I can't remember exactly whom, but I think Mucha was the one that went in to heal, or went in to help her fellow teammate. And then that was a point in time whereby the members of Spain realized that, hey, two of the members are inside of the glue walls. This is the perfect time to kind of just box them out. But Corolla said no. That was when she just appeared out of absolutely nowhere to the aid of her friends, knocked one person down, and that was enough chaos to help her fellow friends stuck inside of that glue wall to make an escape and try to fight the opponents off. And I really love what Corolla did there. It was top-notch quality, like great communications and great agility as well.
Great awareness of your surroundings and what's going on, realizing that you have to make a play for your team and it works out. And now Poland will be reaping the rewards. They are on map and series point, and let's see if they can close it out here and now. Yasuo still going to be knocked. Luna, that's an absolute huge one. Mucha drops Ochitomi. It's all down to Catracho Gamer and Latruja. Ochitomi could get rezzed here, but it's a difficult situation. Catracho goes down. It's all left onto Truja. Luna with another one, as now Latruja will fall. Mucha will pick that one up, and it's Poland with the clean sweep. It's a 3-0 and they will qualify. Luna is your MVP for game number 3. The Booyah is Polish.
They're really good. I really like what Poland did. I think that throughout the entire series, this is one of the few times that I've talked really highly of a team, just of what they're doing, and that could be a possibility because of the fact that I was kind of critical about Spain, right? I was pretty critical about how they played, and I was really analyzing the games like to its in-depth detail and all the small little things that they do, like Corolla coming in, just helping his fellow friends. That helped a lot. That really spiraled things in control for the Polish team. And just after that, it was all about landing those shots. And I really like the fact that Poland is the one that managed to get a 3-0 victory there. Well deserved. And thus, moving on to the next part of the game, I'm pretty confident that they may actually be able to win the next round and be able to face against Romania.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to play Italy, who won our first game of the day. They took down Portugal, but Poland, they're definitely a force to be reckoned with. France and Greece, they both had 3-0s towards the top of the bracket yesterday, but having a look at that, it's going to be France taking on Greece, and it's going to be Italy taking on Poland. So that is going to be it for today, though. It is going to be next week, the 21st of August, that we will see France take on Greece and Italy take on Poland. Then we'll see who will be taking on the Albanians and the Romanians, and that would be on Sunday next week. But for now, Abstract, I believe that's us. That's us done. Sadly, another day of the Free Fire Creators Showdown Europe is come to an end, but I mean, we had a cracking day. We had a game that went down to the wire, and we had an absolute stomp. We had two opposite ends of the scale, very, very close and not so close.
Yeah, I'm pretty surprised, right? To a certain extent, I was thinking that, we should be able to see a pretty close game, and so on and so forth. It was all based on assumptions, but unfortunately, Spain just wasn't too up for the cut. Against Poland, they were really outskilled by the girls of Poland, and it is what it is. And thus, we conclude the end of this week's broadcast. If you'd like to watch more of the Free Fire Creator Showdown Europe number 2, make sure to tune in next week on Saturday as well as Sunday, same time. And can't wait to show you guys the upcoming actions together with Zephyr on the Saturday, as well as Tom on the Sunday. And before we even see you guys next week, make sure you go over and show some love and support over to Zephyr at Zephyr. You can pretty much see down at the tags below. I'm really bad at pointing, but somewhere there. Yeah.
I'll definitely show some love to, of course, Abstract at Such Abstract on Twitter, and definitely show your love to Garena as well, putting on this great event, and of course Fantasy Expo as well. The guys behind the scenes, making everything work. They put the lovely show on today, but the Creator Showdown, it's not come to an end. We're gonna have more next week, but we're just gonna have a little bit of a wait till then, ladies and gentlemen. That is it for today. Enjoy enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we hope to see you all next time.